Welcome back to the Chemical Man Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Tonight I just want to tell some funny stories. Just want to take this night to tell some funny stories that I've seen happen out at work. Things that, things happen to people all the time. So, you work with some characters out there, and I work with my fair share, and I continue working my fair share. I'm probably one of them too on there. But, you work 12 hours, you're out there with people, things are going to happen, funny things are going to happen, and they're good stories to tell. And man, you come out there and something happened 20 years ago and people are still telling the story out there. So I'll tell you a few that happened in our plant on there. So one of them was, a big lesson is when you have your radio, make sure you always have your radio on. One guy was busted one time out there with his side piece in the parking lot. He didn't have his radio on and they couldn't get a hold of him. And then when they finally found him, he was out there with his side piece. So, if you go do anything around the plant, make sure you have your radio on. That's just a good rule of thumb on there because you can answer him real quick. Probably would still have his job if he had his radio on, but hey, to each his own on that one. Let's see. Let me tell you some funny stories that happen around my plant. So we've had several things where people have driven golf carts through pump alleys because they were too lazy to get out. Just drive a golf cart through, in and out the other side. We had a guy one time, he was driving the golf cart. A lady was coming out of the porta can, and he smacked right into her. Needless to say, he didn't lose his job. I mean, he was pretty nervous that day after it happened. Someone had to take him home. But look, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. The sun was in his eyes, and he was driving, and when the lady was walking across, he, boom, ran over, and that happened. Then not more than a day later, a fellow employee took his golf cart and he was driving real fast and he hit a concrete pillar. Luckily, the guy that hit the contractor in the golf cart saved the other guy's job that hit the concrete pillar because both those two knocked themselves out and they didn't get fired or lose anything on that one. Everybody was okay. We got hurt. We can laugh about it later, but it's at the same time. It's funny to talk about it later. We had a guy one time drive a golf cart into an elevator, and he was up on the 5th floor of the rack, and the foreman was looking for him. And this has happened like 18, 19 years ago. This is way, way long ago. The guy don't even work there no more. Neither one of them do. So anyway, I can tell the story. So he's up in the 5th level of the elevator in the golf cart, and the foreman was looking for him. So the foreman came down, and he was like, "I think I know where he is." So he hit the elevator. And the elevator started coming down, and as soon as the door opened up, the guy took off in the golf cart, and he ran the foreman over. And when the foreman came later, like, "What were you doing?" He goes, "What are you talking about?" "I saw you coming." He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about, man. I just came out of the elevator and I was gone." And so they had that little scuffle, but that was a good story later too. There was one time where it was a holiday. I never forget this. It was a holiday, right? Guy came to change a tire on the truck. Why he was there on a holiday, I don't know, but he was there. So anyway, the guy's like, "Man, I need a tire change." He goes, "Man, I need a tire change too. I got this golf cart over here, man." So yeah, I'll change that, man, no problem. The guy changed the tire, cleaned up the golf cart, did everything perfect for him, right? Of course, it's a holiday. Gave him the bill. He dropped off the bill to the foreman. The foreman looked at it and said, "What in the world? Who approved this on a holiday?" He goes, "Hey man, I needed a golf cart change." He was in the neighborhood, so I took him. So you had stuff like that, Then you had, of course, when you're sitting around in 12 hours too, you're also going to talk about stories from what you have that happens outside of the plant. And we always had a couple characters that had some funny stories too on things. Like one time, one of those guys was messing around with his wife, came home, wife took everything, all that was in the house was clothes, telephone, and a chair. She's like, "That's all you got left. I took everything." So that was a fun one for a while when he had to do that. Of course, the big one we always have is when we had the chili dog nights, trying to find the bathroom. When you're running out there and you're trying to bend down and do something, and you think you're going to pass some gas, next thing you know, you poop in your pants. And so then you gotta kind of have to walk back over to the control room and change your pants. And I always tell people, always bring a change of clothes. You never know what's going to happen. You just never know. Always have a change of underwear. Always have a change of socks. Always have a change of stuff. I work with guys that I can't remember what he had, but there was something where he just couldn't make it to the bathroom fast enough. So next thing you know, you're looking down, he's missing a sock because he had to take the sock off to use the restroom. So, things happen in life, and that's what you can talk about and laugh about later and have funny stories. And then that's 20 years down the line, people are still talking about those stories and talking about the person getting run over a golf cart. I will say that person that ran over the golf cart, when he retired, we ended up getting a little golf cart on his cake for him and making sure he knew we remembered on that one on there. But yeah, if you have funny stories or you have funny comments, man, leave some down below. It's always a good thing to talk. Like I said, not everything has to be serious in this business. You're out there 12 hours. You should have some fun. You should have enjoy your company. 1 o'clock in the morning, you should hear the conversations we come up with. I mean, if you could sit there and just write a book about the stuff that we come up with, everybody's different opinions, everybody's funny stories, you could write a book. $1 billion ideas coming out from 1 o'clock in the morning, just all types of stuff. I've asked people when they come in, hey man, do you have a favorite porta can? I know I like the big handicap ones because there's a little more reach around room back there, but that's my opinion. Some people might like the more confined space ones. To each their own, on there. But yeah, don't take life so serious. Laugh. You gotta laugh at yourself. You gotta laugh at the mistakes you make. You can learn from the mistakes you make, and you move forward. And then if you have something funny happened, talk about it. Share with the rest of us. It's always a good laugh to hear stuff. You've always got to laugh at yourself. Don't be the type of person that if something happens and you just take life too serious and on there, just enjoy it and have fun. Anyway, y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. Everybody keep it in the pipe. Always check your surroundings. Make sure everything's going good. And when chili dog nights, I would really encourage to bring some dude wipes out there with y'all, because the single ply toilet paper at work is not the best. Anyway, like, subscribe, leave a comment, check out the Chemical Man podcast uncensored, and talk about funny stuff. That's what we're here for. We'll get back to serious stuff a little bit later. But y'all have a good night and be safe out there. All right, peace out.